So, did you know that 1.4 million identity theft claims were made in 2023? Okay. 1.4 million identity theft claims. So, this is something that's very important. A lot of us overlook identity theft, but it's something that's running rampant across the United States. That's the first thing. The second thing is that 14.6 trillion in American household debt was reported in 2021. So America has a huge debt crisis, but I'm gonna teach you how to handle that. Okay. Also, in just one decade, student loan balances jumped 150%. 150% in one decade. Student loan balances jumped 150%. This is something that's holding a lot of people back from buying homes. But hey, we're going to get into it and I'm going to show you how to get past that hurdle. Also, 64% of Americans are expected to retire with less than 10,000 in their retirement savings accounts. Less than 10,000 meaning what? People are not saving. People are not saving. But listen, again, this is the pregame. This is buying a home, the pregame. I'm going to show you guys if you haven't bought a home and you want to prepare to buy a home, I have a system that's going to get you there. Okay. Next, 60% of Americans lack wills and estate planning. That's something that's rampant in our community. We don't have a will and we don't have an estate plan. But again, this total financial wellness package is going to answer all of these questions. And last but not least, 54% of Americans don't know their credit score. If you're looking to buy a home, you have to know what your credit score is. You have to know. They say that credit score is the key to buying a home. It's the key to buying a home. Okay. But we're going to talk about all of that. Okay. All of that. But listen, you got to stay with me. You got to stay with me for the next 10, 15 minutes. So if you're driving, if the kids are around, if you're, I don't know, in the family room, go to somewhere where you can be by yourself to listen to this in its entirety. So next, talked about the credit score. Okay, about the credit score being the key to buying a home. So how is your credit score calculated? This is how your credit score is calculated. A lot of people don't know this. So when I'm talking to individuals about pulling their credit to make sure that they have the proper credit score, they're like, "Oh no, 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 no! I don't want my credit pulled." Listen, new credit inquiries are only 10% of your score. They're only 10% of your score. So yeah, you don't want to do anything to your credit. But in order to understand where you're at financially with the lenders, you have to get your credit pulled. But don't be hesitant about it because it's only 10%. So let's talk about what really moves your credit score. 65% of your credit is made up of two things: credit payment history and credit utilization. We all know what payment history is. Do you have any lates on your credit? Well, what is a way to prevent having latenesses on your credit? One way to prevent that is doing the automatic minimum payment. Click that on. I know a lot of people are scared of that, but click that on. Click that on so that if you forget to pay, then it's going to automatically take the minimum. But you can't have no latenesses on your payment history, no latenesses. Okay. But I'm going to show you how to take care of those latenesses if you do have them on your credit. Next is credit utilization. So payment history is 35%. Credit utilization is 30%. And a lot of people don't know how do you actually measure credit utilization. Credit utilization works like this. Okay. So if your credit limit is $1,000 and you use $500 of it, that's 50%. That's 50% right there. In order for this not to hurt you, you got to be around 30%. So if your credit limit is $1,000 during that statement date, you need to be around somewhere $300. But in order for this to help you, or what's the optimal credit utilization to be, it depends on who you talk to, but most people say around 8 to 9%. So if your credit limit is $1,000, when you on that statement date, you really need to have, if you're going to have a balance around $700, $800. Okay. And know that with your credit card, there are two dates. With your credit card, there are two dates. There's the statement date and there's the due date. The statement date is when the credit card snitches on you to the credit bureau and says, hey, this person has this amount of credit used. And the due date is when you have to pay by. If you don't pay by that, they're going to penalize you. So know those 2 days is super duper important. So that's 65% of your credit score. Okay. 65% of your credit score is the payment history and the credit utilization. Then you have length of credit. Then you have the inquiries, and then you have types of credit. All right. But again, we're going to get into all of that. And again, this right here, this live is on how to prepare you to buy a home, how to prepare you to buy a home. And the biggest factor, one of the biggest factors, is your credit score. And I'm going to show you guys how to fix your credit yourself. Let me say that again. I'm going to show you guys how to fix your credit yourself. Because yes, you can have a 580. 580 is the lowest, because the next question is going to be, uh, what do I need to buy a home? 580 is the minimum. But if you want to get some of those higher or top tier programs, those down payment assistant programs, then you're going to want to have a 660 or better. But I'm going to show you through my financial wellness program how you can use this program, because it's a total program, total financial wellness program that includes credit building. It includes credit restoration. But I'm going to show you guys how that works, okay? So we all see how the credit score is calculated. Next, let's talk about bad credit, because there's people out there that just think that they can have poor credit and just ride out. Again, there's people out there who think they can just have this poor credit and it's not hurting them. Or what they may say is, well, credit improvement programs or credit coaching is too expensive. It's too expensive. So I don't want to fix my credit. I know my credit is bad, but I don't want to fix it, or I don't want to pay. And this is probably the biggest objection that I hear, is that I don't want to pay for credit help. It's too expensive. It's too expensive having bad credit. It's too expensive having bad credit. Okay? If you look on this screen, if you take an average American family that has a mortgage, credit cards, personal loans, auto loans, and student debt, and you can see if they have fair credit score that's between a 580 and a 669. And if you compare that to having very good credit, it costs you $56,000. Now, I know on TikTok you guys can't see my screen, but if you want a copy of what I'm talking about, I'll send you a YouTube video on it. All you have to do is DM me your email. Okay, just DM me your email, or write your email. No, Joe, you probably have to DM me, because I won't be able to go back and send it here. Okay, but DM me and I'll send you a copy of this, so you'll see all of the things that I'm talking about. But an average family having fair credit, okay, having just fair credit versus having good credit, that's a difference of $56,000. A difference of $56,000. So fixing your credit does cost money, and it may even be a little expensive, but it costs way more to just have average credit. It costs way more to have average credit, way more. Okay, so what you want to do is definitely tap in with me, because I'm going to show you guys my financial wellness program that is going to help you build your credit for the low. help you build your credit for the low. It's going to show you how to fix your credit, meaning what? Taking care of the negatives that you already have on your credit. But it's also going to show you how to build your credit. And that's what a lot of people miss. When people say, well, you know what? I'm going to fix my credit on my own. What do? You can fix your credit on your own. You can go on YouTube and study as far as what letters to send in and who to follow up with and so on and so forth. But my system makes it super duper easy. It makes it super duper easy. All right. So let's continue. Next is budgeting. How many of you have a budget? How many of you are saving? How many? With the technology that we have these days, it makes it super duper easy to make a budget and to save. But did you know in 2022, 36% of all Americans had 36% of all Americans had $0 in savings, and 19% have less than $1,000. Also, somebody keeps trying to call me. Also, in 2022, it was found that 68% of Americans had no budget in place. 68% of Americans have no budget in place. Okay? Is that true? Is that true? Are you one of the 36% that has $0 in savings? Or one of the 19% that has less than $1,000 in savings? Or are you part of the 68% that have no budget in place? Well, here's the thing is my financial wellness system is going to cure all that. It's going to give you a budget, an easy budget. It's going to give you savings goals, and I'll get into all of that. But this is just showing you that most of America don't have a plan. They don't have a budget, and they don't have any type of saving goals. And the thing about it is, if you don't have a goal, if you don't have a destination, how are you going to reach it? If you don't have a destination, how are you going to? Okay. Next is credit cards. Oh, let's talk about them. Credit cards. All right. The average credit card debt per household with monthly carryover balances is close to $16,000. It's close to $16,000. That's the average. Are you part of the average? Having close to $16,000 in credit card debt. And that's carrying over, meaning what? That you're paying interest on it. Now, the average APR on credit cards is over 24%. And 55 million households that have credit card debt are paying that interest. So 55 million households are paying that credit card debt of over that interest of 24%. Is that true? Is that true? Do you have credit cards that are killing you with this interest? Well, if they are, you want to stay the entire presentation because I'm going to show you a way out. I'm going to show you a way out of that credit card debt. Because what do most people do? Most people just either they're paying it off as they get the money, but there's no plan. There's no decisive plan on how to actually pay these credit card debts off. I got a plan for you. I got a plan for you that's going to save you money and save you time. All right, let's move on. The retirement crisis. Now, we're talking about buying a home, and buying your home can be a part of your retirement. But nearly 48% of households headed by someone 55 or older have zero retirement savings. Of that 48%, 52% are at risk of running out of money. So a home is probably going to be the biggest transaction, biggest financial transaction that you do. And that retirement, it can be a source of income, but you got to be able to buy the home. You have to prepare to buy the home. And again, what is this presentation? This presentation is the pregame. This is the pregame to buying a home. If you're not ready to buy a home because of some type of financial situation, this is the reason for this presentation because I'm going to show you how to plan to buy a home. Let's next. How are we going to alleviate everything that I talked about? Well, I have your proven financial plan. Okay. It's a protection plan. This protection plan is protecting what? It's protecting your finances and it's getting you ready to buy a home. And that's the whole point of this presentation, is to get you to buy a home. So if you're somebody that's looking to buy a home, the first thing is a motivation. The first thing is the motivation. Are you motivated to buy a home? Meaning what? You want to stop renting. Now, for all those people who say, oh, well, the interest rates are too high. Well, guess what? They're not coming down. They're not coming down, number one. Prices are not coming down, number two. And number three, it's costing you more to rent. It's costing you more to rent. You're paying a mortgage already. You're already paying a mortgage. The thing is, it's somebody else's mortgage. You're paying somebody else's mortgage. So, what do you need to do? You need to prepare to buy a home. And my financial wellness program is going to show you how to buy a home. All right. So, here is the number of financial suites that I have for you in this package. Okay. So, for you on TikTok, I'm just going to say it out verbally. Okay. So, we have budgeting tools, we have credit restoration tools, we have credit, and I'm gonna go through all of this, okay? We have credit builder tools, we have credit monitoring tools, we have debt payoff tools, we also have credit attorneys, we have financial lock boxes, identity monitoring, net worth tools, savings goal tools, rocket lawyer, and will and trust. So we have all of this, but I'm only going to talk about a few of these, okay? I'm going to go in depth with the financial aspects of this, okay? So the first, let's talk about budgeting. Okay. So with our budgeting tool, you'll create a plan to save using only your current income. So we're not going to look for other income. We're going to take the current income that you have. This budgeting tool is designed to help you understand and update your spending habits to make room for financial goals. Make a budget and stick to the plan to improve your finances, remove some stress from your life, and potentially improve your scores. So with this budgeting plan, what we're going to do is we're going to budget out, okay, how much should you be spending for food? And then we're going to stop there. How much should you budget for your living expenses, meaning your shelter? And then we're going to stop there. How much should you be budgeting for lunches? And then we're going to stop there. See, the problem is most people can't save because they don't have a budget. But with my financial wellness package, you'll be able to use this budgeting tool in order to budget your life. Okay. So that's the first thing, is budgeting. So we have a budgeting tool that's going to help you stay within the bounds. And this is going to help you be able to what? Plan. This is going to help you be able to plan your life financially, because without a budgeting tool, you're just spending freely. And this is most people's fall down. Okay. So that's the first thing. The next is our credit builder. Okay. So, credit builder, understanding how your credit score is calculated and how to read your credit report are the first steps in improving your current standing. Our Credit Education Center offers a wide variety of educational services, credit tips, and resources to help you take the necessary steps to enhance your credit score and manage your financial life. Improve your score by identifying the accounts that need immediate attention and why, and understand the impact of the amount of credit you're using. So, with this credit builder tool, you're going to be able to get credit building tips and techniques, but you're going to get real time advice on your particular situation. So, it's not just blanket credit information, but we're going to customize based on your credit record or your credit report the things that you can do to build your credit. Okay. So if you want to look at it like football, offensive, defensive, this is like your offensive. Because most people, when they think about credit repair, they think about defensive as far as, okay, let me go in and fix the negative. But what about the things you should be doing? This is the offensive. And this is what most people miss. Most people miss the offensive. So with this credit builder, it's going to show you based on your particular credit record what you should be doing. All right. So that's the credit builder that would have access. And again, it's one price. It's going to be one price for all of these things. Okay. One price for all these tools. And some of these tools I'm not even going to go over. Right now, I'm only going to go over the financial tools, but are there other tools that you'll have access to? All right. So we talked about the credit builder. Here's the credit restoration. All right. Your credit score is the highest factor in how your finances affect your life. Again, your credit score is the biggest factor in how your finances affect your life. Having a high credit score saves you money, time, and stress that comes with financial struggles. Because we want to see you succeed working with us, we're going to work with you to dispute any inaccurate, obsolete, or erroneous accounts on your credit score. Okay, the simple credit restoration process can have a huge effect on your family's financial future. Lower your interest rates, avoid high late fees, and save money and advance the credit opportunities. All right, so with this credit restoration tool that we have in this financial wellness suite, this is going to look at all of the negative information on your credit, and we're going to find ways to attack it. Number one, to see if it's inaccurate, or is it obsolete, or is it just a plain error. All right. So with this financial wellness suite that I have, again, it's going to be able to offensively help you with your credit score. The credit building tool, where it looks at your report and it shows you what you can do to build your credit. And then on top of that, it's going to look at the negative items and look to dispute those negative items. And again, for all of these financial suites or these programs, it's only one price. And we'll get to that a little bit later. So this is for those of you who do not have credit scores that are up to par, and you want to fix your credit. This is one of the most powerful systems that I've seen. Okay, so again, we have the credit restoration, and then we have the credit monitoring also. All right, so let's see what else we have. We also have saving goals. So, would you like to go on a vacation? Want to save up for a down payment for a new car? Need tuition funds? What about building your emergency fund? So we understand that you may have several goals that you are working to achieve. That's why you can create a budget for multiple goals with the savings goal tool. Get reminders to add funds and build towards your financial goal. So with this savings tool, it's quick and easy to calculate. You can have multiple goals. You can utilize the saving goals to report, to track your progress, and even can send you text reminders. All right. So this savings goal tool is crazy. And crazy meaning that you'll be able to use this even if you want to use it to save for a down payment. So again, I'm doing this for people who want to buy a home, but financially they're not ready. So the first thing that usually trips people up is their credit score. We have tools for that. We talked about the credit restoration and the credit monitoring. Okay. Now there's the down payment. You need some now. I specialize in down payment assistance, and I'll definitely get you as much money as possible out there. But you need some funds. So if you don't have any money saved, this is a great tool because you can put in it. Okay, by next October, I want to save $5,000 or save $10,000, and based on your budget, it's going to tell you how to get there. It's going to tell you how to get there. Okay, so with this savings tool, this is going to show you how to build that nest egg for your down payment. All right. So next, we also have identity we also have identity monitoring. So I'll go through this real fast, but one of the tools that we have in this financial wellness program is identity monitoring. So it's going to monitor your identity for fraud alerts, dark web, financial monitoring, um, digital footprints. So basically, everything out there where somebody can steal your identity, you're covered. I'm going to breeze past that. Now, we all hear about these celebrities' net worth, How much is this person worth? What's the net worth of this person? What's the Forbes 100's net worth? Well, what about your net worth? What is your net worth? Okay, so you may have properties, you may have businesses, checking accounts, 401ks, but what is your net worth? With this net worth tool, it says understanding your net worth is and how it is determined is the first step to net worth management. Your net worth is the total value of your assets minus the total assets, total of your liabilities. To increase your net worth, you need to maximize your assets and minimize your liabilities. Figure out what you need to do to reduce liabilities and raise your score. So we all want to know what our net worth is, so we know what. How do we increase it? How do we increase it? But in order to increase it, you have to know what your net worth. So one of the tools that we have in this financial suite is how to monitor your net worth. All right. Next, this is man, this is a game changer here. Okay, the debt payoff. All right, get results with debt zero system or with the debt zero system with the same amount of money you currently are using to pay down your debts. Debt zero will show you how to allocate your money to pay down your debts faster and save money while doing it. Create and follow a personal payment plan each month. Pay the amount given for each debt. Continuing this debt payment will allow you to save in interest and reach your debt payment goals. So with this debt payment, this debt payoff, it's going to show you, number one, it's going to give you a plan. It's going to give you a plan on how to pay off your debt using your existing income. And you'll pay it down faster through this personalized plan, and you're going to save money on the interest. So this is a game changer if you got a bunch of debt or a small amount of debt. This debt payoff tool is going to show you how to pay it off sooner. Not least, we also have credit monitoring. So one of the tools that you have in this package, this pre-game buying a home package, is your credit monitoring. And this is just going over, okay, how is your credit made up? And we went over this before, but this credit monitoring is going to show you when you're doing your credit building and you're doing your credit restoration, it's going to show you in real time what's happening to your credit. Are things falling off? Are things coming on? Are you adding things? But this is going to show you. And by this way, you can protect your credit score. You can secure all your accounts, and it's going to give you live alerts when your credit is being checked or used. Okay, so this is huge. This is huge. All right, so let me go here real fast. So this is everything in a nutshell of what you'll be getting. So what we went over in detail is the financial tools in this suite. But what you'll also get is you'll also get education. You'll also get this family mint education. This is a set. This is a curriculum of financial literacy for you or for you to teach your teenagers. Okay, so you get this with the financial wellness tools. You also get Rocket Lawyer. I won't go into that. You can Google it if you want to know what Rocket Lawyer is. But it's forms. How should I explain Rocket Lawyer? Rocket Lawyer is a website where you can make forms like a lawyer. Okay, so that you can create legal forms through Rocket Lawyer. It prompts you and asks you questions to make up legal forms, and then also you'll get a will and trust. So you'll be able to get a will and trust, and if you need, you'll also through this suite will have access to credit attorneys if this is something that you need for complex situations. Okay, now here's the thing. If you do want to share this, and I'm not going to go into this because this is not the reason for this particular live, but if you do want to share this with other people and you do want to make some money on the side, you can do that. If this is a way for you to lower your taxes. But again, if that's the situation, then let me know offline. I'm not here for it. Okay? So, this does this cost? All right, let's go. This is how much it costs. So there's a one-time fee of $179. It's a one-time fee. And then after that month, it's $89 a month. Now, if you can cancel that anytime. So you're not locked into a contract like some other credit restoration places do or credit repair places do. You're not locked into a contract at all. So, but this is what you can do. This is the fees for it. Okay. And again, it's much more expensive to have bad credit. But again, this is the pregame. Let me back on up here. Okay. So this is the pregame, y'all. You want to buy a home and you need credit help or you need to start saving for a down payment. Okay. No matter what your situation is, I can help. If you want to get started, what you want to do is go to www.aleemmarketing.com and that way you'll be able to sign up for this. And again, it's 179 one time consultation fee, and this includes the first month. And then after that is $89. If you do have some more questions about this or want to talk to this further, you go to www.sellwithkhalid.com, set an appointment with me, and we'll talk about this, okay? All right, y'all, this is Khalid Nathan Aleem. If you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate, I